The next morning, Athena woke up feeling unusually energized. The sunlight filtered softly through her curtains, painting warm streaks across her bedroom floor. For a moment, the events of last night lingered in her mind. Hannah, the novel she had finished, the weight of that unresolved ending. But she quickly shook it away. Today was different. Today promised adventure. She could already feel the anticipation buzzing in her chest. She was going hiking with a few friends, and the thought of fresh air, open trails, and the gentle quiet of nature made her pulse quicken with excitement. After slipping out of bed and pulling on comfortable clothes, Athena quickly made her way to the kitchen. The house was still hushed in soft morning glow. Her parents were already moving about quietly, preparing breakfast. The aroma of toast, warm butter, and fresh fruit filled the air. Her younger brother fumbled with his cereal, mumbling something about cartoons, while her sister sipped her tea and glanced over her phone. Athena smiled faintly, grateful for the familiar comfort of home. Yet her mind was already halfway up the hills that she planned to climb later. Breakfast was cheerful and easy. Athena joined in the light conversation, nodding and laughing where appropriate, though her thoughts kept straying to the hike ahead. She could almost picture the winding paths, the wildflowers along the trail, the green valleys stretching under the soft blue sky. It had been weeks since she felt this kind of excitement, this kind of freedom, and it made her pulse quicken. After clearing the dishes, she gave her parents a quick hug and headed upstairs to get ready. Standing in front of her wardrobe, Athena hesitated for a moment. She wanted to wear something comfortable, but she also wanted to feel confident. Her sister and Mia had already texted her, teasing and suggesting she abandon her usual baggy clothes. After some initial stubbornness, she gave in. She picked out a pair of dark hiking tights and a matching top, slipping on a light sweater over it. It was a compromise, and as she looked at herself in the mirror, she realized it wasn't so bad. In fact, it felt right for the day ahead. The walk to meet her friends was filled with a soft, anticipatory energy. Birds called out from the nearby trees, and a gentle breeze rustled through the leaves. The town was quiet in the early hour, a peaceful contrast to the usual bustle. Athena's thoughts briefly returned to Hannah from the novel, the promises made when young, the heartache, the heartbreak. But she quickly reminded herself that today was about life beyond books. It was about laughter, adventure, and the simple joy of moving through the world with friends by her side. The group met at the edge of the trail just as the morning sun began climbing higher. Athena recognized her friends immediately, waving and smiling as they gathered their backpacks and water bottles. Their chatter was light and excited, the kind of talk that bounced freely between laughter and teasing. As they set off, the trail unfolded before them like a green ribbon. Flowers of every shade dotted the edges, their petals catching the sunlight. Butterflies floated lazily above the blooms, and Athena found herself slowing her pace, marveling at the tiny details she often overlooked. She felt peaceful, almost weightless, as the path carried her upward into the hills. The first part of the hike was gentle, the slope rolling beneath their feet. Birds sang in the treetops, the sound light and scattered, echoing softly through the valley. The air smelled of wildflowers and damp earth, a scent that felt both familiar and new. Athena noticed small things she had never paid attention to before. The way the wind made the leaves shimmer, the subtle fragrance of pine needles crushed underfoot, the quiet hum of insects weaving through the grass. Every step, every breath, felt like part of a rhythm she had almost forgotten existed. As they walked, small games of teasing arose naturally, and Athena found herself relaxing completely, caught up in the warmth of friendship. Athena's mind wandered gently, not to the past, not to worries, but to the tiny delights around her. The soft buzzing of bees, the way sunlight dappled the trail, and the occasional flutter of a butterfly brushing past her arm. By mid-morning, the incline grew steeper, and Athena's breaths came in soft, rhythmic puffs. Her legs ached pleasantly, the muscles waking up fully from a week of quiet routines. She noticed how her body felt strong and capable, aware of each movement, each stretch and step. The sense of being fully alive in her own skin brought a quiet satisfaction, a thrill that made her smile to herself. The conversation around her continued, filled with laughter and gentle teasing, but she felt an internal calm that came only from being completely present in the moment. The trail began to open up to wider views, revealing valleys and distant ridges painted in shades of green and gold. Athena paused for a moment, catching her breath and letting her eyes drink in the vast expanse. The sun warmed her face, the wind played with her hair, and she felt her chest swell with the quiet joy of belonging to something larger than herself. The small moments, the shimmer of water in a distant creek, the flash of wings as a bird took flight, the soft crunch of gravel beneath her boots seemed to connect seamlessly, each adding to the rhythm of the morning. It was then, just as the group rounded a bend, that Athena first saw him, Christian. He and his friends had joined the hike without her knowledge. Her heart gave a little jump, an unexpected flutter that made her stomach warm and nervous. She quickly reminded herself to stay calm, to act casual, though her mind raced with 1,000 small thoughts. Christian walked past her in Mia, offering a bright greeting. "Hey Athena, you look really good in that outfit," he said, smiling easily. Athena's cheeks heated immediately. She returned a small, startled smile and murmured a quiet thanks. Mia, ever perceptive, leaned in and whispered teasingly, "Calm down, Missy. You might just explode and burn us all." Athena laughed softly, embarrassment mixing with the thrill, and continued walking, trying to keep her composure while her heart still fluttered. The path gradually sloped downward, opening to a small, sparkling lake nestled in the valley. The sunlight danced on the water, turning it into a pool of shifting golds and blues. Athena felt a wave of delight wash over her. The lake had a quiet magic. Surrounded by trees and wildflowers, with soft sand along the edge inviting them to settle, they dropped their backpacks, unzipping them to retrieve towels and swimsuits. Athena felt a flood of nervous anticipation as she changed into her swimsuit under the light sweater that she had layered over her hiking top. The group laughed and called to one another, diving into the water with carefree abandon. Athena, however, lingered on the shore, seated on a towel with a few of her sister's friends. The water looked inviting, clear and warm, but she hesitated. How could she join without feeling self-conscious? Her body felt suddenly very noticeable, and though she longed to swim, she convinced herself to watch a little longer, trying to master courage. Around her, the sounds of splashing, laughter, and music mingled with the gentle lapping of the water, creating a serene, lively symphony of summer freedom. As she sat on the sand, her gaze wandered. The sunlight kissed the tops of the surrounding hills. Butterflies drifted lazily above the flowers at the water's edge, and Athena felt a calm joy settle into her chest. She loved moments like this, quiet, suspended, and full of life's small, perfect details. And yet, her heart couldn't help wandering briefly to Christian. She hadn't expected him to be here. When he passed by her in Mia earlier, complimenting her outfit with that easy smile, her cheeks had flushed pink, warmth spreading quickly across her face. She had given him a small smile, hardly able to look away, and her laughter with Mia afterward had felt almost breathless with embarrassment and thrill. Mia's teasing whisper had only made it more intense, but Athena tried to steady herself, reminding her own mind to focus on the day. Lunch came next, and they gathered near a fire that someone had built on the sandy beach. The aroma of roasted meat mingled with the scent of fresh herbs and the crisp tang of salad carried in paper containers. Athena sat with her friends, savoring the food, the sun warming her back, and the gentle chatter around her. The lake shimmered nearby, reflecting the blue sky, and the air was alive with the sounds of happy voices, the occasional splash from the swimmers, and the soft rustle of leaves in the breeze. She couldn't help but feel a deep sense of contentment, the kind that came from being surrounded by friends, nature, and laughter all at once. After lunch, some of the group returned to swimming, while others lay on the sand, stretching out under the sun. Athena chose to stay on shore, chatting lightly with her sister's friends, though she still felt drawn to the water. It looked so clear and warm, inviting her in, but the thought of attention made her hesitate. She wanted to be part of it. She truly did, yet her shyness held her back. Still, the day felt perfect. The warmth of the sun, the scent of flowers, the gentle hum of life around her. Later, as the afternoon wore on, Athena finally let herself wade into the shallows, dipping her toes first and then stepping in slowly. The water enveloped her pleasantly, cool yet soothing, and she found herself smiling despite her initial nerves. Music played softly from Summer's portable speaker, blending with the natural sounds of the lake, and Athena felt the tension in her shoulders melt away. A few sips of wine from her sister's flask added a gentle warmth, a tiny rebellion she relished quietly, knowing her parents would disapprove if they knew. The lake became a world unto itself, a place where laughter, light, and water mixed seamlessly into an afternoon of uncomplicated joy. By mid-afternoon, the group started to gather their belongings and prepare for the walk back. Athena lingered a little longer by the water, watching friends dive in one last time, showering the sunlight on her skin. When she finally slipped out of the lake and wrapped herself in her towel, she felt a satisfying tiredness in her muscles, a happy exhaustion that comes from a day fully lived. The walk back carried a softer energy, less frantic, more reflective. Athena's legs ached pleasantly, and her mind replayed the morning sights and sounds. Butterflies and flowers dotted the path. The breeze carried the faint scent of earth and grass, and the green hills stretched endlessly around them. She felt completely alive, aware of every step, every breath, and every small beauty the trail offered. Christian and his friends walked nearby, their conversation punctuated by laughter, but Athena stayed focused on the scenery, her own thoughts, and the quiet satisfaction of a day well spent. When she finally reached home, Athena felt utterly exhausted but happy. The house welcomed her with familiar warmth and soft light spilling from the windows. She took a quick shower, letting the warmth rinse away the day's sweat and fatigue, then slipped into her pajamas. Collapsing onto her bed, she felt the deep, satisfying ache of tired muscles, the quiet joy of an unforgettable day. Her eyelids drooped almost immediately, the events of the hike lingering pleasantly in her mind. For the first time in days, Athena allowed herself to drift entirely into sleep, a soft smile on her lips, and dreams of sunlit hills, warm lakes, and laughter floating through her sleep.